My Instagram timed out on my brother. My Instagram timed out on my brother. My apologies, black man from the Bay Area. Tap back in if you can. But to answer your question, I believe, as the most honorable Marcus, the Messiah Garvey, believe that only those who have something they can contribute to Africa should be going to Africa. Only those who have something they can contribute to Africa should be going to Africa. We do not want everyone in Africa, as the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey said. Some of you are no good here in America, and you will likewise be no good in Africa. So we only want those who can contribute something constructive to Africa to go to Africa. The average Negro can stay in America. If I had to guesstimate, and let me check real quick. Number of African Americans in USA. Yeah, the 2010 census. The 2010 census said that there were 42 million. The 2010 census. And they're estimating right now that we are up to 50 million. So they're saying between 45 and 50 million right now. 42 million African Americans as of the 2010 census. And they're saying now, they're estimating that we are approximately 50,000 strong right now. And so with 50 million of us, I would argue that no more than 10% of us should be going to Africa. The other 90% are so psychologically unhealthy that they have to stay in America. I do not want 50 million African Americans going to Africa. I don't. Because they're going to do nothing but bring all of that European menticide with them. No, thank you. But also to my brother from the Bay, please spread the word. Please spread the word. Please spread the word that the black parent training for the state of California will be in Los Angeles. The black parent training for the state of California will be in Los Angeles on Saturday, March the 7th. The next 3 trainings, White Plains, New York, for New York State. If you live in New York and New Jersey, if you live in New York and New Jersey, Saturday, February the 29th, White Plains, New York. And then for the whole California, Washington, Arizona, Utah, we will be in Los Angeles on March the 7th for the black parent training. And then Oklahoma, we will be in Oklahoma City, March 21st. Get your ticket, DrUmarJohnson.com. If you don't register online, you will not receive paperwork. If you don't register online, you will not receive paperwork. If you don't register online, you will not receive paperwork. Tap in. Once. B. McFly going twice.
Oh man, it is a pleasure.
What's going on, B. McFly? He in the bar.
Yeah, listen, I'm walking out for this. Listen, I'm walking out for this one, man.
Where you at, black man? Where you at? What's
I'm in Philadelphia, man. You already know, man.
Oh man,
listen.
Where you at right now? What part
I'm in Southwest right now, man. Platinum Image, man.
You in Southwest?
Yeah, but I'm from Madison Street.
I'm in North Philly. Oh man, I'm in North Philly right now.
Yo, listen.
All right, we're in the same city.
I just want to say it's an honor. It's an honor to be on live with you right now. And I just want to say, man, I honor you. I love you. Thank you for doing everything that you do, man, for our community. It's nothing like it,
Thank you,
man.
brother.
It's an honor. I want to give you more flowers, but
Appreciate
all
you.
right. So
Appreciate that.
yeah, man. I'm 2 years clean from opioid addiction.
Okay, good.
Thank
Congratulations,
you.
brother.
I don't
Congratulations.
do nothing else at all, man. I don't do nothing. I don't take
Strong.
nothing to help me with my opioid addiction. I did it all through the higher power. I did it, you know, from my mental, and I did it from like, yo, listen, my kids need me, right? I graduated from
Yes.
Lincoln University, and
Powerful.
yep, I'm in 04, and I got shot July 4th, 2004. I just want to say, man, I teach in the school district, and I'm a 2%er. You know, and you know, I do a lot on my platform. I do skits, so I use skits to gravitate the, you know, show my message.
Yes, sir.
And man, like the one thing that I can honestly say is this: if we're not gonna ever be receptive to anything if we don't clear our mental health. I noticed, and I noticed that, and it took a lot for me to take accountability of me being. I wasn't never a grown man. I was a man. I was a man thinking childish, doing childish things. Man, I was using women. I was disrespecting women. I was disrespecting myself. I was disrespecting my community. I did everything under the sun besides deal with my children. I picked women over my children. I picked the block over my children. And it's like us as black men, we try so hard to prove that we can die and prove that we aggressive instead of saying, yo, listen, why don't I prove that that I'm lovable? I love you. I care for you. I admire you. I adore you. It's okay. Because and it's so funny because we really be infatuated with our charisma and our way of talking, but we afraid to say, you know what? Damn, I love the way you talk. I love the way you speak. Right? And I had to really, it hurt. I'm finally living. I'm finally living by myself. And it's like now I get to feel the pressure of being by myself instead of being dependent on a woman, right? Like it's so hard. And I'm like, wow, because even with my kid's mother, Aocean, shout out to Aocean, man, my last 2 kids' mother, man, she did everything under the sun while I was acting like a park ape out here, man. Taking care of my children, not doing more than the bare minimum. So I know it's the mental health. I know I cry sometimes. I know I yell sometimes because I'm fighting me. I am fighting within me, man. And fighting me, I've always been a narcissist. You know what, man? Everything I'm saying is me. It's on me. I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one. Where I'm not the one. I am not the one. I got so much problems that I need to work on within self. I thought being aggressive can help with my mental health. I thought having sex with multiple women can help with my mental health. I found myself using drugs to not just suppress the pain, but the mental pain. I tried to commit suicide with these drugs, man. I never wanted to wake up, man. And I just want to say, man, and I just want to say thank you, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Here I come. Tell me, here I come. Yeah, I just want to say thank you. And how do you feel about, so, all right, real quick, because I got so much, man. I'm here real quick.
No doubt,
Yo,
no doubt.
The education system. Philadelphia is the poorest, largest city in the United States of America. We have one of the worst education system amongst your largest cities, right? I think Philly is what, the 5th largest city in America? 6. Okay, 6. This is one of the reasons why the epidemic of opioid addiction is at an all-time high. This is why we're killing each other, because Philadelphia is poor, along with other cities and other black, and our mentality. And even speaking on like why we always coming at each other, men going at the women going at the men. I feel like we look for the mother and the father in each other, right? I feel like a lot of us weren't raised off of love. We were raised off of survival. So it's like, don't teach me how to love. I'm gonna teach you how to survive more, right? And I feel like you said earlier, right? Our women, yes, I get it. I feel like women are the first teachers. Huh? I can't hear. I feel like women are the first teachers to mankind. They are the first teachers to mankind. And the same way you teach your daughters how to be independent, teach your sons how to be independent as well. A lot of my doings were based off of watching my mother and my father. It wasn't a taught behavior. It was a learned behavior. I found myself being just like my dad. Multiple kids by multiple women on drugs, thinking that I was a charmer, using women to get what I want. So now it's time to break the generational curse by breaking us, our mental health right now. Right now it's the mental health, man, and it's the education. Why don't we come into these schools? These kids don't see nothing that's relatable. They don't have nothing that's relatable to them. I go into school and say, yo, what up? Teachers don't talk like that. This is how we talk. This is our culture.
Right.
You can still be an educated. Look at you. You're an educated black man, Dr. Umar Johnson, wearing a fitted hat.
Yes, sir.
What's wrong with it?
Yes, sir.
So let's keep our culture, but still be educated. Please check me. I'm listen. I got you. I'm for you.
Yo, can you do you got my number? Do you have my number?
Listen.
Can somebody who in there got a phone who could just put it in their pad? Who's near you?
All right, wait a minute.
Who you can have put it in their
All
pad?
right, give me 1 second, Dr. Umar Johnson.
All right. So we got a link, man. We got to do something.
Wait a minute. Yo, this is you know, take down Dr. Umar Johnson number real quick for me. What is it, Doc?
215.
215.
989.
989.
9858.
9858. Do I just call, like, just leave a message?
Yeah, text me. Text me first. Once you text me, I'm going to lock you in so I know it's you when you call.
Dr. Umar Johnson, B. McFly, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you. Text me today.
I'm going to text you.
Text me when you're done getting your
All right, I got you.
I got you.
I love you, brother.
All right,
Salute.
bro. Appreciate it, brother. One love. Philadelphia. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to B. McFly. That was powerful right there. Y'all done saw where I'm at. Penn's Landing, Philadelphia. Y'all done saw where I'm at. Shout out to B. McFly. Check him out. Philadelphia. We about to start the Philadelphia Black Man's Movement. North Philly, South Philly, West Philly, Northeast Philly, Germantown, you feel me? West Oak Lane, East Oak Lane, Darby, Yaden. We bringing the whole Philly together. That's how it's going to work. Delaware, get on that. Chester, get on that. Upper Marion, Lower Marion. We bringing everybody together, family. We're going to do that. Then we're going to take it citywide. The brother just motivated me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I do this. That's why I do this. It's all about the love. Where those FDMG donations at? Where those FDMG, $ FDMG school. Get on that Cash App. Get on that Cash App. $ FDMG school. Mail it in. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware. Mail it in. Make your check a money order payable. FDMG Academy. P.O. Box 9634, Wilmington, Delaware 19809. All right. Single black women in Philly. I know brothers in their 40s looking for sisters in their 40s. I got about 3 homies in their 40s looking for sisters in their 40s. So if you're in Philly, you single, no diseases, no baby daddy drama, I got a couple homies you might be interested in meeting. Let's go back. Tap in. Tap in. Tap in. K. Moley Moore, where you at? K. Moley Moore, where you at? Where your face at, baby? All I see is black. Where you at?
Hold on. What's up?
Where you at, K. Moley? Where you at, baby? You break dancing, K. Moley? Look like you break dancing. The camera's on everywhere. K. Moley timed out. Empress Aquarius is in the building. Where's Empress Aquarius? Empress Aquarius in the month of Aquarius. How you doing, Queen?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh my goodness. I didn't even know that was you, woman. What's going on? UK in the building. Talk to me about this. What's going on in the UK with the brothers and the sisters? Talk to me, baby. How you doing, first of all?
Pardon?
I say you doing good. How you doing, first of all? Everything good with you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. But
talk to me about the brothers and sisters in the UK. What's going on?
There's a whole lot going on. Special educational needs is literally, it's terrible here. It's terrible. There isn't the help, there isn't the support. That's within the education system, but ordinarily the fight that the children have to go against within the education system, whether they've got special needs or not, it's just crazy. It's so crazy. It's unbelievable. Yeah. There's a lot going on.
I got a project for you. I'm not cutting you off. I want you to finish, but I got this idea. I want to throw it on you right now. We'll talk about it later when I call you.
Okay.
I need you to get me the special ed law, the code for the UK. It should be in a document that you can email me, a code or a link that has the full law for the country for special ed. Because you see how I'm doing this Black Parent Tour in America?
Mm-hmm.
I want to study the UK code so I could come to the UK and do a Black Parent Tour in the UK as well.
What we're lacking the most here is an understanding of our children's behaviour and how to best navigate through the challenges that they face within a system which so blatantly has a history of imperialism, a history of colonialism, and a history of control. The power within the European system comes from control. It doesn't come from respect. It doesn't come from a hierarchy system. It comes from a control system. And we now are faced with a generation of children who don't necessarily believe in their own truth because they don't know their self. And what this leads to is almost an epidemic of gang culture and, unfortunately, a lot of crimes that are committed by the young people because they just have absolutely no direction of self. They don't have the fear that something bad's going to happen to them. It's almost as if they've lost hope, because you have to remember, people my age who are like late 30s, early 40s or older have got a history of being raised in the church because our parents came from the Caribbean. So the fear was put into them growing up. The fear was put into them that they have to behave a certain way because, you know, they're being watched by God. But as you know, in the Caribbean, they put a church on every street so that we felt that we were being watched by God. And all of a sudden they come here and they've tried to raise their children that way, which sometimes worked, sometimes didn't. But the grandchildren, they're not raised in that same system. So there is no fear. They've got no reason not to challenge the status quo, not to say, hold on, I'm not who you say I am. This is who I am. And where they're fighting back, they ain't got no ammunition behind them. All they've got is what society projects them as being, which is you're thugs, you're no good, you're at the bottom, you're illiterate, all of these things, when really and truly our children, they're very academic. But unfortunately, our children, I think the statistic is something like 138 times more likely to be excluded than their white counterparts. The statistic is horrendous. It's absolutely horrendous.
Wow.
And
now, what about the Black leadership? Like, you know how we got the Black bourgeoisie in America? Do y'all have a Black bourgeoisie in England? And are they just as powerful, or it doesn't really operate with the gatekeepers like that?
We have got a glass ceiling, which unfortunately nobody gets above, whether you come from a background of color or a background of poverty. Nobody from a poor background or nobody from a background of color ever gets above a certain position. We are not the heads of any industry. We do not run any industry. We have a few up and coming people like Cheryl Phoenix that runs Black Child Agenda, I think she runs, where you can perhaps get information from. We got 100 Black Men in London. We got a few organizations, but we have nothing to facilitate the growth of our people on the scale that it needs to be. It's in its infancy in such a way that we need to really come together in terms of understanding self. And in order to do that, we need to understand our own behavior and the functions of our own behavior. And that's what I kind of wanted to chime in on, because when you were speaking about the behavior of women, a lot of it stems, which some women did call in and discuss, a lot of it actually stems from a place of self-neglect, a place of a lack of love, a lack of education of who they are as a person. And this is what creates the type of behaviors that they have that trickle down into the family and into their lives. Like, there's a lot of healing.
That's right.
But before we can heal, we have to understand, we have to know what it is that we're trying to heal. We can't just say, oh, I'm toxic, I'm going to heal it. We have to understand why we function differently. We have to understand that our parents are not our children. And there's a great difference between our parents' generation and our children's generation. And we stuck in the middle, trying to make sense of it all. There is so much to address it, and we've got to begin somewhere. Like, I like lives like this because it means that we have the opportunity to discuss it from different perspectives. I like when you get the men on, I like when you get the women on, young, old, and indifferent, because the more we come together and the more we debate these, they make a start towards understanding the problem on a larger scale, because the problem is phenomenal.
Yes.
Absolutely phenomenal. Like, it's crazy.
Wow.
There's a lot of work to be done, a hell of a lot of work, but the SEN challenge that we have here most definitely isn't the same as America. The problem we have here, which is our greatest battle, is institutionalized racism. That is something that we may not have the skill to overcome. We may have to combat it by just going our own way and having our own schools, as you're attempting to do. Because I did want to ask, like, I understand the benefit of being able to have communications across the globe, but at the same time, don't you have a greater need to identify with what's going on in America instead of what's going on in Africa? Because you're in the belly of the beast right now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I hear that, I hear what you're saying, that you're going to have a school in Africa, but wouldn't you have like many schools in America first? Because we need schools here in England. We need schools across the world.
I think that, yeah, we got to do many schools, Queen. I think, though, the Africa school has to be the second or third one, because I need to establish a presence there. I'm very sensitive to the fact that my strongest support continent is Africa. Like, I get a lot of love here in America, obviously. You know, this is where I grew from. But if I was to start a global revolution, right? Hands down, I would have more brothers and sisters on the home continent of Africa riding with me and dying with me than I would anywhere else, including North America. Africa, for me, is definitely my power base. It's the power base. America might be my base of operations, but Africa is my power base.
Okay. So
but yo, I'm glad you tapped in. Hit me up a little bit later so we can rap on the young Prince and see how he doing.
I definitely.
All right. And we gonna build soon. I'm glad that was you. I didn't even realize it was you at first. All right, sweetheart.
All right.
All right, then. Yes, indeed. Africa is the power base. Tap in. Allison going once. Allison going twice. All right, who tapping in? Who tapping in? Brothers and sisters, make sure y'all register for the Black Parent Training. Go ahead and tap in if you got a question or comment. Tap in. I'm going to be with y'all just a little while longer. I didn't see what happened with Snoop and Gil. I know they said Snoop aired her out, And then one of the members of the feminist movement threatened Snoop to leave her alone, or they was going to expose Snoop. Stand strong, Snoop Dogg. Keep going in. Don't back down. No retreat, no surrender. Ain't no radical black self-hating feminists going to stop black men from telling the truth. Tap in. I'm waiting on somebody to tap in. Who about to tap in? No tap ins yet. No tap ins yet. Where y'all at? Philly Girl 620 going once. Philly Girl, where you at? Philly Girl 620. Philly Girl tapped out. No, waiting for Philly Girl. Where you at, Philly Girl? All right. I will be speaking in Detroit for Black History Month, February 27th. Just waiting on the location. Detroit, Flint, Big Rapids, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo. Make sure y'all come on out. Family is not impossible, black women, but one thing sisters got to stop doing. I've been dealing with a couple cases lately where the black woman is playing games with the black males, like you still in love with your baby dad and all. They go, Philly
Hi.
Girl. How you doing,
I'm fine.
It's not impossible, black women, but one thing.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Where your face at? I got to see
I'm
you,
right
love. I got to see
here,
you.
boo. I'm right here, boo-boo.
All right. You, what part of the city
I'm
you
actually in Delaware, but I'm from Philly. Lincoln University graduate.
Okay, you in Delaware, you in Wilmington with the school?
Not about 15 minutes.
Okay, good. What's on your mind today? I know you've been listening to the conversation.
I
What's
have. I
on your mind
need you to
today,
put
baby?
your psychology hat on for a minute. Okay.
All right.
I have a 4-year-old grandson who attends a private school in Newcastle County. On his progress report, he met standard on everything for his pre-K program. Okay. And some outstandings. His mother wants to choice him out. So she took him for an assessment this morning, and he did outstanding on each and every area. Where's the discrepancy? Where's the discrepancy with the classroom and the assessment? And this assessment was with a complete stranger. What do you think?
Okay. So let me ask you, is the teacher complaining about his performance in the
Not
classroom?
at all.
Okay, so when you say the discrepancy, you're saying that the outside assessment scores were higher than what? The test that the school gave?
Yeah, the progress report in school. Yeah.
Okay. The progress report is saying that he's a little
No,
behind.
that he meets standard.
Okay, so the progress report saying he meets
right,
standard.
But
the outside assessment is showing that he's above. So where is your concern at? Because if the progress report is saying he's standard, I can live with that.
Yeah, I do.
The outside assessment is saying he's a little higher, so I don't really see a problem with that scenario. Tell me where you're concerned.
My concern is that if he's outstanding in every area, when he goes to an assessment, he's outstanding in every area. Nothing less than outstanding. But then when he gets a progress report in those same areas, they're saying he meets standard. To me, there's something different.
Okay, let me ask you a question. On the progress report, what is the highest category he can get?
Outstanding.
Okay. So he's getting standard, but not outstanding.
Right.
But he's getting outstanding on. Well, is there another category between standard and outstanding, or does it go from standard to outstanding on a progress report?
Meets expectations. He's
meets expectations.
Outstanding
is lower than standard.
Outstanding meets expectations and needs improvement. He has mostly meets expectations in the classroom for his progress report. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I see what you're saying.
What you saying?
Okay, he got meets expectations, but he doesn't have outstanding. Well, here's my first question. My automatic first question. Is he performing up to his ability in that class?
Absolutely. Yes, he is. He meets standards, according to the teacher. He meets standards.
Right, but you're saying but you want him to be at outstanding.
With his assessment, he's outstanding. And this is to go into kindergarten in September. He's outstanding on his assessment to be choiced out to a public school. You know what I'm saying? You get it?
Right. So does the progress, will the progress report prevent him from
Not at all, no.
So he should be all right either way.
He's going to be all right anyway.
Okay, all right. I won't worry about it too much because it's just a progress report and they didn't say he was deficient or
no, not at all.
I see what you're saying. You want it to be at the same level. They should be equal. But you also got to keep in mind this, though, that outside assessment is a different assessment than what the schools use. Let me give you an example. I could give your grandson 3 different IQ tests, right? All 3 IQ tests will give him a different IQ score.
Right.
Because they're made by different companies and they're standardized on a different measure. So what we're probably dealing with here is the fact that the assessment used in school and the assessment used out of school don't have a lot of inter-assessment.
Well, I can give you basic stuff: the colors, numbers, being able to count, recognizing shapes, being able to identify number 2 with 2 objects. Basic stuff that 4 or 5-year-olds normally know. Nothing extraordinary. Nothing that he wouldn't know because he's exposed and he does go to a preschool. There was nothing different than what he gets already. It's just a little puzzling to me that he would meet requirements in school but be outstanding for a stranger.
Well, that's not uncommon though, because I evaluate kids who score low in school, and then when I come to test them, they score high because first of all, they're with me one time.
Right.
And I'm motivating them to do their best. So that assessment got your grandson's best. That assessment got what he can do when he decides to do it. And what the teacher is given is what he's actually doing. You follow what I'm saying? What I can do and what I give you is 2 different things.
Yeah. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So the assessment lets you know if he wanted to, he could do this every day.
And he does at home.
But
he does at home, I do.
Right, and he does at home. But see, in school, he might be falling a little short with his effort and motivation.
Right, and he's a quiet child. You know what I'm saying?
It's probably, and is he comfortable there? Because is he around white kids all day?
Diverse.
Who's he around?
Africans, whites, blacks.
Who's the predominant? Who's the predominant group?
I would say people of color. But it's a Caucasian. It's a Caucasian setting. That white Jesus kind of thing, because it's a Christian school.
I got you. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right. Yeah. But if you get any other issue with that, you just hit me up and we can.
I will hit you up, and I'm also Ann's sister.
Ann. Wait, Sister Ann from DC? Get out of here. The radio show?
You were just on there Friday, yep.
Get out of here. Oh my God. Ain't that a pleasant surprise?
Yep, I said, let me creep in here so you could.
She didn't tell me she had a sister in Delaware. She didn't tell me that.
I talked to you Friday on the phone. Say hi.
Oh my God. Now I know exactly who I'm talking to.
Say hi.
Hey, little brother. Good to see you there. Handsome little prince. All right,
yeah,
all right.
Good talking to you, and I'll do whatever I can. I do. If you need me to do something, I'm easy to get in touch with. I'm right in Newcastle.
Okay.
And
We'll do.
I'm a semi-retired social worker, actually.
All right. We're gonna have to do some work together.
So I'll holler at you. Thank you so much. So you saying if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it, huh?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think he good.
Cool beans.
All right, man.
Take care.
Yes, indeed, family. I like that, though. A grandma, there y'all go again, disrespecting black women again. I'm getting tired of it. Block party is back. Stop disrespecting black women. I don't tolerate it. I do not tolerate it. The block party is going to be back. The block party, stop doing that. Disrespecting the black women. I'm not cool with that. And she was an elder, and y'all still was being rude. Come on, man. We ain't got no manners. What's wrong with us people? Why everybody tapping in black? Where you at, Queen? I can't see you. Where you at? Okay, what's going on here?
Oh, what's up, Doc? Hold on, give me a second. I'm at work. Give me 1 second.
What's going on,
what's up,
beloved?
Doc? Give me 1 second. I'm at work.
What's going on,
What's
brother?
up? Give me 1 second.